would you tell a student right now who's a junior and looking at potential colleges?
Sure.
What would your message be to them, and also maybe a parent as well?
Well, if I may, let me go through the years.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because what you do is different for each.
Yeah.
If you're an 8th grader, I mean, there's a trend, especially internationally, people are trying to move the prep train earlier and earlier. For example, I don't work with people before 9th grade. That's a little crazy, like, no. But if you're in 8th grade or middle school, your job is to, if you're a parent or like, have a healthy kid who feels super supported, and make sure they have the academic muscles. Because we don't think, like, make sure they know how to speed read. Make sure they know, oh my God, know how to type fast, touch typing. Make sure they know how to read clearly and they have the basic math skills. They need to be in good shape. We only think about being in shape physically, but we don't think about it academically. And that, if you don't have that walking in and the timer starts at 9th grade, you're in trouble. So that's step one. And I think that's all you need to do in middle school is be a healthy person, help them, support them in figuring out who they are, and like just push them further in whatever that looks like. I'd say in 9th and 10th grades, your job is to get as high of a GPA as you really can. Like, strategically pick classes. It's the same, and then start to spend some time digging into what that looks like, whether or not the school wants you to do it. Like, whether or not there's a club, go create something, go do your own research, go play 100 of different kinds of sports. It doesn't matter how creative it is, it's that being generative and being willing to do things that other people don't do because you want to do it. Now, when we're in the business side of things, and you're in 11th grade, it's get the SAT done as fast as you can, get the highest score as you can. So you gotta get the numbers, but after that, it's about more depth. So depth of really drilling down. So I always tell people, don't be well-rounded. Go, because like there's actually a criterion for this, go deeper. So it's like, there's no debate club, make one. There's no one cares about anime at your school, go find 5 people and spend every week watching and create that community yourself. People think you're a nerd because you like jazz, do more of it. That becomes an essay, that's a really good one. That was a student who got into a top 20 school on that essay. That's what you gotta do your junior year, is really make yourself an expert at whatever it is. And ideally start sharing it if you can, or finding other people, or if you can't do that, write, and act like you're a future PhD. I gotta call it the future PhD. Act be like, if you're into math and science and you're talking about artificial intelligence, right? Be the hyper nerd at that, where you can tell me the difference between artificial general intelligence versus regular AI. And then, because that all then feeds into the senior year, because I can tell you, the essays that colleges demand right now are probing for that kind of information. They're hard. And I think the subpoint to that, through all these years, is I would also encourage students to treat college like a subject. Like, know what the difference is between a liberal arts college and a public college. Know what the social cultures are like. Know if a certain school is a kind of you can't ever get a date. Be able to imagine a plan. If you're going to say, I want to go to this school, go through the website and go through the YouTube, go through the day in the lives. And I make my kids do this. Treat it like a subject that you're doing at a serious level. Because if you're working with me and we're in the essays and you're writing why Princeton, they're not going to take you're a great school with the best people in networking. That's throw it away. They want to hear, I know about this group and this club and it relates to this thing in my story that I did this time and this is what I see myself doing and then I can look across the transcript and the letter of recommendation, and then I'm giving an admissions officer who's scared as hell that someone's faking and going to be the next person on the news or going to be a dropout. Then we're giving them real evidence so that when they go to a committee and try to get you in, it kind of plants 11 other people at a table. You've given them the weapons to do that. So The college preparation process is not check the boxes. It's the opposite of that. It's intentionally being more of yourself, proving it with evidence. And then when we work on the applications, then it's like, let's give the clearest signal to the admissions officer what the real thing is. And that I know what I'm asking for when I say I want to go to Harvard, and not just another kid who thinks their parents are going to think they're awesome. And then if I'm Harvard, then it's like, it's no different than any other human being. It's like, if I know who you really are, I can trust you. Same thing with college.